We did it. We made it to another Sunday. It's time for the Fireside Tales with Indigo. I am that Indigo. And we are coming back to decide what is going to happen after last week's episode. Anyone who might have been watching will remember that at the end of last week's episode, they had just gone and rescued two human females and somehow managed to get them from their cell and into this Lord's chamber.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
What just happened? Damn it. Right into the introduction. No big deal, right? So they had snuck these two females into the Lord's chamber and had a short discussion with them, kind of about their predicament and kind of led to the current situation we have here. So, let's go ahead and get these guys back on over. To that mountain door.
Hey, for some reason while we're loading it, if you don't mind, could you differentiate the two girls for me again? I remember their names, but which one was which? Gyarados was the older, tough one, or was that Corona?
I believe Gyarados was the younger but tougher one. And then Corona was the older one. But she seemed to be pretty scared about the situation. And rightly so. I mean, if you've been captured by a horde of monstrous creatures, and goblins and hobgoblins and orcs, and led by this giant ogre that pretty much told you that he was going to eat you. You know, I feel like most sensible people would be pretty afraid at that point. Except for you guys. This team of heroes that wandered into this monstrous horde right into the middle of it, challenged its leader to combat, and felled the Great Ogre. And Ratul, claiming leadership, is now sitting in his throne, wearily resting after this encounter. And you are still pretty severely wounded from the attacks of this great ogre. What are you guys gonna do about that? Did you want to take a rest for a little while?
Well, first I recall, I know we did take a short rest, but Ratul's out of hit dice, so we need to take a long rest if he's going to heal up.
In translation, Ratul looks, even after the short rest, still looks pretty screwed up.
Well, that short rest was taken while Ratul went to go get these two humans from their confinement. So everyone but Ratul and Brasnic would have gotten that short rest.
Well, we have to make a decision what we're doing very fast. The Horde probably will not sit around and do nothing, and we just collected all of their wealth. I think we should return some of it so they aren't super suspicious and they feel like we are generous. Or in your case, you are generous. So, but not weak, but just so that they can get off our back for a little bit, and then we can plan.
I only asked for any tool, weapon, or armor with the mark to be brought to me. I did not ask for all the wealth to be brought. We came here for those marked weapons. We do not come here for jewels.
I'd say Brasnic's a little inclined to disagree with you, but you're right, that is our original mission.
I feel like if the resident dwarven rogue were here, he would definitely be inclined to disagree with that. But while you guys were kind of finishing up that short rest, you did see him kind of slip through the door. And he just kind of put a finger to his lips and kind of nodded and just kind of disappeared into this orc infested dwarven mine.
And he carries the loot, so we can't give it back if we wanted to.
The loot should still be in a pile in the center, shouldn't it?
Oh, for some reason I thought he put it in his little like bag.
I definitely know he put the little hammer away, but I don't think he put the rest of the gems.
Yeah, we didn't put any of like the goods. We were like still dividing them, but he left before, unless I missed that.
Well, that does leave or present an issue with there being quite a chest full of treasure here. Which will be even more full with the assembled loot you guys just, confiscated from these monsters.
The other option is, I know you're trying to keep the clans in line. We could offer the strongest to join us large shares of loot if they help. That could be solve both problems at once.
Wealth is something that the clans desire. The more one brings back from a raid, the more lauded they would be as a warrior. But in this case, this is something different. The clans are divided, intermingled, jangled, and they're all under the threat of annihilation by the Black Queen. Loot will get some, but they need something else. Some sort of chance for true honor for their clans.
The problem lies in convincing those who are afraid. And then, if we do not convince them, how do we know they won't go back and tell?
What does he mean, honor? These seem to be quite bloodthirsty beasts to me.
Though many of I can hear you quite fine. And though, yes, much of our clan is something of what you would call warmongers, we still have a warrior's pride.
I meant no offense. My apologies. You see her just kind of looking at the floor.
I slap her on the back real softly and be like, "You were correct though."
Grybek's not happy about being surrounded by monsters in a dwarven citadel, is he?
No, he's not. This is not exactly what he signed up for. To all of a sudden have this army around us that I don't trust. I think they're gonna kill us.
You cut out.
Oh, I was just saying, Grybek thinks that the army is going to kill us any minute. He doesn't believe this is gonna work out at all.
You probably.
But I won't tell that.
You probably.
But I wouldn't tell that to the ladies.
We have to make quick decisions here. We can't. You don't have time to dilly dally. What is these? What's the word? What's the polite word? I'm just going to say these orcs and goblins and half things. You know them better than us. What is your what's your gut telling you, Ratul? And then what do you think the best course of action is?
Right now, my guts are telling me if I try to fight, they're gonna spill out onto the floor.
As I hold a hand over the wounded part of my body.
What I know is they just received a new chieftain, and they're looking to celebrate my new coronation. They won't act fast, but if I were to just suddenly get up and leave right after I took the placement, chaos will ensue, and a squabble will come, leaving everyone weakened, bloodied, and all the more hectic.
I mean, I feel like that'd be like, like a really good time for you just to like take the reins, boss.
If we did go further into this Glitterheim, we could collect your brother, and when you return, you could leave him while they interfighting, and we could just hop out of here without them probably caring that much.
For the time being, don't we have that shaman who could be of use?
Yes, we could request that she try and create political divides among them so that they are on edge or it won't feel like they can attack each other without the others responding, and then that will give us the time necessary to maybe to collect your brother
That's not what I
so
meant.
that he could rule. Oh,
More of like a liaison type thing.
I guess that could work. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Gok, you've are I guess the chief goblin now, or head of the goblins, or whatever. What do you think? You spend some time among these races before.
He wants to say
Okay.
vermin. He wants to say vermin so bad.
You just can't say goblin, can you? Can you, Mara?
I am being polite. You have requested it, and I am trying to.
Yeah, okay. You know what, good enough. Good enough. Yeah, I mean, it should be kind of easy to, goblins aren't very political, and by that, I mean, it's usually don't get stepped on by the guy bigger than you is the biggest thing. I'm pretty sure they'll listen to Red Tool or me, if that's, because I'm the biggest guy. He says it's a 3.5 foot goblin, and the head only gives him like 0.5 feet.
I look to Mara.
Generally, the goblins follow whoever has the biggest stick.
Yeah, I mean, like they get out of line, boss. You just like blast him right in the face. You know what I mean, boss?
Exactly. Also, that wasn't a euphemism, was it, Ratul? I mean, that. No? That,
I
no,
meant
wait, I think
Really,
it-
Gok?
What? What? I was thinking
Really,
of some...
Gok?
What? I don't know. Just. I kind of wandered for a couple of seconds, okay? Look.
I have no desires to cause infighting among the clans. Each of them are respectable in their own right, and would rather not vary the idea of them being purposely left to fight themselves. I hope you understand that, Mara.
I understand, but I don't know if anyone here is seeing a bigger picture. This is not just a random assortment of orcs and goblins and others. This is an army in service to a more powerful being, and it would be helpful if they weren't in service to that being anymore. So whatever way you think would be best with dealing with that as well would be great.
Well, if I remember correctly, didn't we discuss the idea of getting them together to go after the dragon?
That is my plan.
It sounds like they are afraid, and will continue to follow unless we can show that we are more powerful than it.
Yeah, Berder definitely did not seem to like the idea of attacking the dragon.
So our options are to attack, to either cripple the army.
Did we
which,
not? Go ahead, sorry.
Which Ratul has started, and I assume that the further actions that I would take are a bit extreme for him. But we could also cut the head off and try and kill the dragon, which in our conditions and our strengths may not be possible. So, or we can try and gather the army to attack, but I think that they are too scared. And honestly, I think they're too weak.
Well, a thought comes to mind along the lines of what you said, Mara. We've already managed to fell apparently one of her boosted champions. I believe they said that he was stronger than most because of a blessing he received from her. Am I correct in that?
I nod my head.
Memory serves, that's what they said.
Does she not have more among them that we could slay? And then maybe they would see that they might stand a chance if they have people capable of slaying her champions?
Lieutenant.
All it takes is a little motivation.
We could.
Yeah.
We should. If you know of any others, I had no clue when I entered of any other powerful beings.
I'm not aware of any others, but sorry.
Go ahead and roll a let's say history check with advantage.
I do have something to say, but I'll see what this roll goes first.
Did you hear me, sir?
Are you telling me to roll for history?
No, Gok.
God.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a history check with advantage.
Okay. I was trying to find the sheet. Right?
Sorry.
For some reason,
Well, we know of one of the old lieutenants was the guy we all fought in the first adventure.
Wait, do I roll this straight or with advantage?
With advantage, sorry. Yes, Belak indeed was one of her lieutenants. 12 is good enough.
Alright.
You do remember that. You remember seeing the person that wore the robes that you're wearing before you, going into meetings with some of these other powerful individuals, and you would think that that guy was one of her lieutenants as well.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm kind of wearing the clothes of a guy who was the higher echelons. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna know I was him though, because of I look way better than he did. So, it's a dead giveaway.
However, you said there are others that are, I guess you could say, as we're dumping them lieutenants. If we slew a few of those, I mean, it makes sense if the clans are scattered and kept apart, that each one would have one keeping over them.
So, what you're saying is we get Ratul to challenge all those other guys, right?
Not
We don't have
necessarily
to
just
challenge
him.
them. We could just murder them while they're not paying attention.
Wow.
It's much easier to kill an unaware foe than it is in a direct confrontation.
Yeah, however, Mara, we're
them in their sleep.
Jared,
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
We're looking to rouse them, not
J-
do this silently. Ratul's position as chieftain gives him some leverage to make an open challenge. It
Jared,
doesn't necessarily have to be just him.
So we kill him with poison darts, while they're fighting Ratul.
I like your thoughts, Gok.
Perfect!
Jaredel looks over at Grybek and just kind of like furtively kind of glances at Mira and then looks back at Grybek and says, that elf is quite scary.
Yes, nightmares. You will have them about her.
I mean, I don't know. We could also take a hostage. What about that? Take hostages.
I don't think that's. I don't.
Yeah,
think
to
that's
draw 'em
that's- No, I don't think they. I think you're thinking the wrong group of people. I'm assuming they don't care about hostages.
Well, come on. I mean, what about like a loved one? An affair?
Dragons don't have those, and I doubt the lieutenants are dumb enough to keep attachments.
Man, they're pretty boring people then. I mean, come on.
I don't know. Ulf was pretty dumb.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The freaking ogre was like an idiot right there.
For an ogre, he seemed quite intelligent.
Okay,
Gok,
but he
go
was
ahead.
pretty dumb. Still, he's an ogre.
Go ahead and roll another history check with advantage.
Okay, got it. Just roll it. Just straight?
Advantage.
Oh,
You spend time here as a minion, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's perks.
Oof. What is with these one rolls for you?
Well, I mean, I have -1.
So it's twos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You do remember that there was some kind of a connection between another lieutenant and the one that wore the robes that you wear.
As in, like, a connection, as in, they're best buddies, they're... Do I just know it as a connection?
Something beyond the normal interactions between the lieutenants. For the most part, you could tell that there was actually a lot of rivalry between them, but not between these two.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so... Okay, wait. I got something, guys. So, I know one of the lieutenants had a relationship with the guy whose robes I'm wearing right now. So, what if we... And I'm going on a limb here. What if we disguise me as the guy who was wearing the robes? Because I remember. Remember what he looks like. And then I just go on over and trick them to come out. And then... BAM! We kill him in the face. Or, we try to manipulate them and pull on their heartstrings or whatever. Or we kill them and beat them in the face. I mean,
That could work. Do you know who this is?
You know that in conversations before that the previous owner of these robes was named Alistair.
Alistair?
Yes. He actually was in the town that we used to be in. He was part of the Mage Guild. But who is this connection to Alistar?
Wait a minute. I'm gonna feel really stupid, but do I remember that information? Or is it just like... Have I seen this person before?
You have.
Okay.
Very briefly and only one time. And all you saw was... It looked like a human woman with like startling white hair, blondish white hair, with very dark eyes and just very cold. And you only saw her for the briefest of moments, and the look she gave you was just one of just utter like contempt mixed with disregard. Like she just thought nothing of you and would have no problem squashing you in a moment.
That sounds about right, but okay. Okay, so I don't remember her name, but it's like this woman with white blondish hair and dark eyes, and she has this face of just this cold demeanor, and she looks completely disgusted with my existence. So like Mara, in that sense, but yeah.
Shots fired.
Wow.
Yeah.
What? Any other descriptions?
I mean, she wasn't like an old crone. That's kind of. I mean, I don't know where. I've only seen her once. I mean, I thought that was a pretty good description of.
Well, we should probably ask the shaman if she knows of this individual.
Right. Have you seen a human cosplaying as an elf around here? Looks disgusted with people's existence. That's that's pretty good start.
Verder's not in there with you.
No, she's not. I'm just saying that we should talk to her when we see her next.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That's what we should tell her. Have you seen a human woman cosplaying as an elf?
I think we should use
What?
more specific terms. Any physical characteristics, hair color, eye color, height.
Like a white, kind of white blondish hair with dark brown eyes. I mean, her skin was pale. Cause I guess just like elf dudes' pale, sickly abs when they go out in the sun for too long. Kind of. Does that seem like good description?
I think there are better ways we can describe this individual.
I thought that was pretty accurate. It's pretty good. God, I don't know what this voice is.
So, during the course of this conversation, what did you guys want to do about this rest situation? Because Ratul is definitely just kind of watching this conversation from the throne, and you can see him, even as his great face is, resting, he's leaning back, and you can just kind of see that he's almost just kind of slipping into unconsciousness as he's resting against this throne.
We could take a rest in here if Ratul thinks that if they're not going to act fast. Do you think the feast that they're having right now, how long do you think that's going to last?
Ratul sort of opens his eyes up as he looks to Mara.
The coronation of a new chieftain will take hours. Its festivities are to celebrate the new strength, a new leader. I will have to attend, but it would be likely I would just be there as a figurehead for now. Come tomorrow, I'll probably have to start acting as a chief proper.
Does any of our resident casters have anything left in him to heal his immediate wound?
I cannot heal people. That's not my domain. More seeing what is, and evoking the weave to my will.
I got it, you're a caster.
Long story short, I'll pump in a level 2 cure wounds onto him.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Just you do damage rather than heal wounds.
As you're
I
kind
can
of
do much more than deal damage. The mystic arts are more
Okay,
than
I
just
wasn't trying to
way
get you on a
injure
tangent there,
others, and
Mara.
I can see things that are beyond you and beyond this reality. The future, the past, the present, it's all under mind's eye.
Yin kind of just brings his pointer finger and thumb finger and grabs the bridge of his nose after he tried to tell her he didn't need a tangent, and kind of just turned around and walks away.
Okay.
So that'll be 10.
So you get that 10 hit points back on Red Tool. You see these two ladies definitely starting to look a bit uncomfortable as they're standing here. They say, what are we to do then?
For the time being, rest, recover your strength. As long as we don't leave here, I think we'll be fine.
Well,
For now.
you guys are talking about dragons and other powerful. I don't even know what. I just want to get out of here.
That's one of the things that's going to happen. At least we're going to try to.
Well, think of it like this. You're alive right now, and as long as we are trying to leave, you will have an opportunity to escape with us.
You mean go deeper in? I
There's-
just want to go out. I don't want to go deeper in.
There's another exit that we will have to pass by, that we might be able to sneak you out later. If we try to take you out right now, you will be probably murdered by the orcs and the orc hybrids and the goblins and any other creatures I have not yet seen, but I am sure exist out there. So this is your safest place right now. Just think of that.
She kind of looks at you, and her face just kind of turns white. With this advice coming from you, who's been so cold to her up until now.
Red Tool just sort of mimics it, what Yin Yang did and just sort of pinches the bridge of his nose.
You're really bad at this, Mora.
Well,
We
I'm
got this,
trying
thank
to
you.
be reassuring. If you just think about it logically, this is the best place to be right now.
I just look towards the two human women and just sort of call out to them.
Both of you, what are your names?
This is my sister Karana. I'm Jaredel.
Corona and Jaredel. Unfortunately, my companion has a lack of tact, so I'll put it simply. While you are here in this room with me, no harm will befall you. There's only one catch as it stands. As it were, I was able to spare your lives under the guise of you to become my... under the guise of becoming my concubines.
You see her just kind of like staring flatly at you, but Karana immediately like puts her hand up to her mouth and starts crying.
Don't cry. I have no intentions of betting either of you.
It's a trick to make the army leave you alone.
Jaredel definitely looks very unafraid. Like, she looks like she's ready to fight you right now. Karana looks scared as fuck, though.
Jaredel, was it? I can see the fire in your eyes. That fighting spirit. If you were only a bit stronger, you would probably have given any orc a run for their money.
Okay.
Anyhow, for the time being, we just need to rest. He's in no real shape to do anything. And from the looks of it, neither of the two of you. You need food and rest, at the very least.
Well, we definitely like some sort of safety. Food, yes.
For at least the time being, enjoy the fact that you can at least have, for the most part, safe night's rest here.
The
At the
food they
moment, I
gave
think
to
that's the
us
initial
was-
plan, isn't it?
The food has been pretty terrible so far. What they gave us.
The feast won't be much different.
Well, I already gave them rations, but I remember last time, so I've at least sated their hunger. They just probably need some water. Probably not necessarily the best thing. It's trail rations, but I mean, it was food.
Right. There's some of that goblin wine.
We are not having goblin
I
wine.
would be remiss to try. I would not want to try that.
Just saying.
Okay, I mean, I'm fine with it, guys. I mean, come on, this is a good moment. This
More
is great.
for you then.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not gonna have it, I'll have it.
I mean, I'm gonna have a little bit of that too, boss. You don't mind? I mean, who's gonna turn down goblin wine? Yeah, just a little bit, just a wackadoo around here. I don't even know what's wrong with you.
But
Exactly.
so, what's the plan? I guess we're gonna try to take a long rest for the time being. I know Ratul might have to participate in some things. That's why we healed up his immediate wounds. But is that the goal, guys? Are we gonna try to rest here for the evening at least for now?
I think that's a plan.
I think that would be a wise course of action. As part of a long rest, if he could sit and partake in some sort of a ceremony thing without, risking the injury, as long as he did get some sleep in that window. So.
Cool.
So, for the sake of brevity, you guys definitely did have a chance to get some sleep, and eventually they did come for Red Tool, and it takes a while to cook an ogre. So, eventually they did come for Red Tool once the feasting had begun. Of course, there was a long line of orcs kind of leading out of the kitchen grotto. Where Bird was kind of serving up the tribe with this ogreish feast. And which they brought you out at one point with the drums and the ceremony, and you were able to basically partake in consuming the former chieftain of this collected monster horde. The other leaders of the various tribes, came before you and pronounced your strength and that they would follow you. And basically kind of went about the course of this sort of feasting. Obviously, there were a few fights involved. As per any great orc gathering, if there aren't at least a few deaths, then clearly it's not a success. So, after the orcish festivities came to a close, Retul finally made his way back to this chamber, where the rest of the party has had a chance to kind of hang out. You haven't seen any further sign of Brasnic since he kind of slipped off into this citadel.
I mean, we were gonna chase after him when we watched him zip out the door. It was just like, I hope he's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely those who might have some concern might be validated in thinking that. Because, one dwarf in a whole citadel full of beasties that want to eat him or kill him is probably not good. So, it
I'm
looks
confident in his
like...
ability.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm confident in his ability to not be seen. It's just, he's been gone a long while.
It's true.
Oof.
Well, if he really got up to something big, we would hear about it.
Definitely have not heard any new calls to arms or reports of slain orcs or dwarves of any nature. So, whatever he's been up to, he's definitely found something interesting. So, the next morning, we'll call it, Ratul, you have go ahead and get hit points back, get your hit dice back, all of that kind of stuff. Results of that long rest for all you guys. Any spells that you want to swap out, go ahead and get Jack Shadow back up to top off his hit points, all that good stuff. So, you guys definitely feeling a lot better, feeling like you have your resources about you again. That being said, you have an adventure still ahead of you, in some form or another. And you do have these 2 humans and a chest full of treasure. How do we want to start dealing with these issues?
Bit stiff, but that rest definitely worked for me. Alright. First things first.
As I take the hand axe and place it aside from the rest of the treasure pile.
I need to have this treasure redistributed to the rest of the horde. We're only interested in the marked items.
Very good. Should we call in the shaman?
Budurg, I think is her name.
Yep, Burdurg.
Okay. So you call for a goblin who pokes his head in and after giving the instruction goes running off. A few minutes later, let's see, we'll save these ladies. I've kind of curled up in the corner over here. A few minutes later, suddenly you see Burdurg step into the room. Kind of looking over at Grybek and Yin Yang, stepping past Mara, looking kind of disdainfully at the elf. She steps up to the red earth. What Ratul call Burdurg for?
I call you for information and for a task. The task I ask is to have the treasures here.
As I gesture towards the unceremonious pile that's still on the floor, but much more neatly contained.
To have this redistributed to the horde.
Ratul take treasure. Ratul give treasure back. Why?
I only asked for this. For items like this.
As I hold up the hand axe with the mark on it.
I have no interest in anything else.
Brasnic is rolling over wherever he is right now.
But he's not here. He left.
You see her actually kind of looking at you like confused for a second. And she says, Orc not like when Ratul take treasure. Many orc unhappy. This make orc happy.
Good. Now, beyond this task, I request information from you.
What about Ulf treasure? She kind of gestures towards the chest.
As right as chieftain and one who has taken his place. This I will lay claim to.
As great Ratul say. What
I'm sorry, I can't read that, Mara.
Which part?
Sorry,
Oh.
I misspelled it.
What's happening?
Oh, apparently Mara the elf is currently whispering into Ratul's ear.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. She's whispering sweet nothings in her tool.
We knew this was bound to happen. There's going to
As,
be
Rat-
half orcs one way or another.
as Ratul sort of has to lean over for Mara.
Hmm. Seems there's a change. Along with the treasures there, take half of what was once Ulf's. I'll claim the other half.
Okay. Brasnic's gonna have a shit fit.
He kind of crosses his arm and looks at Ratul. It's like, did you just just shakes his head like, wow, you just took an order from her like that. Wow.
Okay. You see Birder kind of nodding her head. This make Gok very happy. As great Ratul say.
Now, for information. When Ulf was chieftain of chiefs, was there anyone who came to relay information, orders, or anything else from down below from the Night Queen? Or was he left to his own?
Night Queen leave Ulf alone. Lead army. Raid. Take prisoner. She kind of looks over at the two humans.
Understood. Now, Yosrik has already pledged himself to me. What of the Mountain Cat tribe, and has there been anyone who has claimed the spot as leader for the bear?
She kind of looks at you a little confused. Great Ratul lead bear tribe. Not many left. You, brother. Not many else.
Ratul actually just seems to visibly sort of deflate at that.
I didn't realize how many of us were gone.
Heroes. Heroes come, kill many. Elves, humans, like these.
And of the Mountain Cat, what of they?
Mountain Cat gone. They forced to go. Great Wolf gone. Mountain Cat gone too.
So only remnants of the bear and the wolf and all of the wolf remain.
Other tribe too. Not strong, but many. Many leaving. Many say. She kind of like looks down at the ground and pauses for a second. And looks up at you and says, many say Ratul not orc.
I can stop them, but that will not make them stay. They need my brother, and I cannot stay either. None of the tribes can stay here. We were once those who travel in Rome. We are not meant to hold a place in a stronghold for dwarves.
Agreed.
She kind of hisses in your direction as you pipe in. This not belong dwarf now. This orc home.
Do we
Now,
gain any treasures from staying here? Do we gain any honor from sitting on our asses here?
Army grows strong. New leader for Night Queen. She make army strong. We go out, take everything for orc. All for orc. She seems to
how
be getting
much-
a little angry.
And how much stays for orc? And how much goes to Night Queen?
Night Queen, take what Night Queen want. Leave much for orc. Kill human, kill elf, kill dwarf too. All for orc.
You think
Go ahead.
you're safe under something so powerful that treats you like such little creatures? You think that just because they send you out to kill others, that you aren't going to be eventually swallowed whole by its power?
Nightwing power strong. Claim orc, yes. Claim dwarf, claim elf. She kind of looks you right in the eyes as she says this.
Your only chance is to not follow the past and look into the future to save yourself.
What elf know of future?
Well, I have seen things that show a better path for me, and it seems for this location. I am witness to the future. I am a diviner. I have visions, and if we follow the past, we are not to survive in any way that we deserve. So remember, you cannot only rely on what you know from the past, but also for a brighter future sometimes.
She kind of just looks at you for a second. And just kind of very intently, she says, Elf want Night Queen fall.
That's what we're here for.
She kind of like looks around at the group. Almost like she's seeing the group for the first time.
Murderk, you told me Oof was strong. Oof was blessed by the Night Queen. Oof not defeatable. And yet we feasted upon him last night. Do you still doubt us?
Murder not doubt. Ratul strong, friend strong. Night Queen. She just kind of shakes her head as she looks down.
Night Queen will fall.
You know of my father. You know of my brother. You know what our faith is as the Crimson Maw. Do you remember what it is?
Yes.
Then this should let you know how far I will go. The Night Queen is as strong as you say. Then I will be the one to eat her heart.
She just kind of thinks about this for a second. What do you want Birder to do?
We are strong, but even I know where there's caution. I will need Yasrik and the strongest of his tribe to accompany us down through the Glitterheim and pass through the doors. We will face the Night Queen, kill her, and bring my brother back.
Birder know a door. Door. Through tunnels. Yes. Dwarf
So
door.
you know the way to the Night Queen's chambers?
Birder been past door. Human.
Do you know what lies beyond the door?
Dwarf Citadel. Dwarf home. Now home to Grey. And she says kind of like a curse word in Orcish. But you understand it means Durgar.
Grybek spits at that. Oh wait, I don't understand orc. Never mind.
I just look to though I'm looking to the sharpness, I am giving the side glance to Grybek as I basically translate the word.
Duragar.
But that I would spit.
I'm definitely spitting as soon as someone says this shit.
That'll be his thing.
Okay. Yes. Great dwarf. Come from below. Turn on old fires. And she kind of mimics a hammer hitting an anvil.
They're forging.
They find. And it looks like she's looking for the right words, and she kind of like waving her hands in the air for a second. They find a fire dwarf.
Azer. Oh, is she saying this in common or?
She is saying this in common, but I would need you to roll an Arcana check.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Grybek could
With regular or advantage?
Regular. Grybek can go ahead and roll.
Oh, it's not that high.
Low rolls.
Yeah, that was a 6.
Ooh.
That's
Also
a
6.
That's a 1 for him.
That's a nat 1 for him.
That's not better. Okay. Yeah, you guys definitely. I mean, Mara, you have heard of some sort of a magical race of dwarves that live on the elemental plane of fire, but you don't really know anything beyond that.
Would it really be Arcana for Grybek to know the?
No. I would say history. If you want to go ahead and roll again, that's fine. That's better.
Magic's I don't know.
Right. You should have a toggle on your character sheet so you can turn advantage on and off, by the way. I would say a 15. Yeah, you are also familiar. You would know that there are magical, a race of dwarves that do live on the elemental plane of fire, and that the race is known as Azer. But beyond that, you wouldn't really know too much. You do know that they, like salamanders, can generate heat from their own bodies.
What would be the benefit of knowing this?
Let's see. What would be like a dwarven craftsman sort of a check?
So didn't you say that they were just using that dwarf and forging stuff to Radul?
Go ahead and roll an insight check for Grybek. Yeah, she said that that they had this fire dwarf and they were using it to try and start the forges.
I would think that Azer would be respected by a forge cleric.
Yeah.
Meta knowledge is super frustrating.
Sure it is.
It really is.
That's what makes good role players good role players. Okay, so definitely you would you understand what she's talking about. Like I said, you would know that it is an Azer, and you can get the idea that there might be a way that this Azer could use its innate fire powers, or being a fire creature, an elemental sort of creature, that it might be very possible that this creature could reignite the ancient dwarven forges.
Alright, that's information Grybek will keep in his head. I don't think these guys need to know that lighting the forges is one of his goals. But Grybek does want to go and take care of this Azer and rescue him.
Okay. Alright.
More than he wants to sit in this room and be surrounded by orcs.
Okay.
And
Honestly,
goblin.
I want to look over what I'm working with right now with goblins. So that's fine with anybody. I'm going to peruse that. And,
Gok's over here filling out. He's got a clipboard with job assignments and goblins' names next to fucking tasks and shit.
exactly.
I can just imagine the name of the current goblin boss, Gabuzu is on toilet duty.
It's true.
Yeah.
Wait till you find out he's sleeping in the common room.
God, I mean, it might be even worse. It just looks very professional, but then just the names are okay, goblin with kind of twitchy eye, twitchy, smutsy,
Gok can't be bothered to remember their names.
barfy, scaredy.
They're not dwarves.
And yeah, I know. God,
The best boss ever.
exactly.
Finally, Birdark. The last bit of information I wish to ask is this. Does the Night Queen have anyone else like Ulf down with her? Those that have been blessed or selected by her to guard where she rests?
Hidala. She just kind of hisses and whispers this name at the same time.
Who is
Who?
this Eldala?
Cleric. Very strong. Serve great God. Very destructive.
He follows Krumesh.
No. Human God. And she's like kind of waggling her fingers at her head for a second. Cyric.
As the resident cleric, would I know that? That deity?
You would immediately know that Cyric is a human god of great evil. He is one of the greater gods. He actually was originally a human that rose to godhead. Was able to actually use a sword named God's Bane to slay a few other deities in order to attain divinity himself, and eventually became one of the greatest gods in the pantheon. Definitely evil and tyranny and ambition.
Grybek will give a little, like, twitch at the knowledge that there is a cleric of Cyric that we're gonna have to deal with.
It's funny, I was literally just about to ask Grybek if he knew about the cleric circles. I was about to ask you how big they were, if you'd heard of something like this. It's funny that you beat me to it.
It's religion. It's my thing.
That's what I do. Okay, and seeing the look on your face, she, understands that you understand what that means. And she just says, Idella, lead army for Night Queen. Other lieutenants serve Idella.
Well, if we're gonna continue to kind of head up the snake, it sounds like we know who we need to take care of next.
I
How
see.
many more blessed were with her?
Any Duragar. She seems to be kind of like counting on her fingers.
Trust an orc with math.
And she holds up all of her fingers and then says a number that's too higher than the number of fingers that she has.
Okay, what number did she attempt to say?
You're in robot mode. I didn't understand you.
You didn't say what number she said, so what number did she say?
But she held up 10 fingers and says 12.
He just kind of chuckles. Okay.
So
So she's-
22?
She just nods.
So she has no idea how many.
No, 22. 10 and 12.
Well, she
Oh.
held up 10 fingers and says 12. So take what
Yep.
you will from that.
I'm going to go. What is the? I'm going to use prestidigitation to show 22 markings in the air, and say that many.
She kind of growls low and shakes her head and then wipes her hand through half of it.
Ah,
That.
and then I'm gonna change it to 12. So that's this many.
Mara teaching an orc to count.
She's trying to. You could tell she's begrudgingly like impressed by your magic, but doesn't want to like outwardly show it.
All right. Unless anyone else wishes to try something, I think we have asked enough of you, Birdark. Take the coin, take the gems, and give it back to the Horde.
Ratul needs something to get through Dwarf Door.
A key?
Ask Kurgaz. Must ask Kurgaz.
Understood. You are dismissed, Birdark.
Kurgaz doesn't sound like a name that you've heard before.
I was about to say, I don't think we've heard that. Who is that?
Do you ask?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's?
Says, Kurgaz, lead troglodyte. Kurgaz has key.
Out of character. Oh, he's going to love seeing us.
Well, I still have the token, and hopefully that still works.
We'll see. But I guess we need her to go gather the warriors, and then we're heading down.
If the
Yep.
warriors are willing to come.
Yeah. I think Ratul would probably be best if you went and requested them yourself. It might make more of a presence.
I sort of nod at that as I get up from the throne.
I think it's time for me to look over my old home one more time.
What deal with human?
They can stay here. I don't want the Horde to get a little bit too feisty before it's time.
Leave human here. She kind of.
I think she's talking about the two girls.
I will come back for them. But first, I need to find my warriors.
Okay.
Once they leave, I'll call Mara over next to the two girls and Grybek and be like, okay, I remember you mentioning you said there was another exit along the way, that we can somehow get them out.
Yes, the exit we came in from.
Is that the same way that we're going down?
Well, we could always sneak them off. Oh, sorry, this is whispering to. I guess if she left, I said we can always get them out the way we came. It's not that far out of the way.
The problem is getting them past all the people. If it look like we're heading towards or not the people, all the orcs. If it looks like we're heading towards an exit, some may raise some questions.
Then we can send them off with.
Okay.
We can say that we're dispatching a different, like a scouting group, and we can say that
Hold on
they escaped.
1 second. Yeah, at the end of that sentence there. Red tool. Where you are, stay over there. Let's see. So you see that at the end of this passage stands a statue of a fierce-looking dwarf in heavy mail armor. The stone warrior holds a sword in one hand and a smith's hammer in the other. And the statue is about 7 feet tall and stands on a large stone pedestal. And as you step forward in front of this door, you suddenly hear a loud as a small click from the floor beneath your feet. You see the statue's bearded face slide open like an oversized nutcracker, and suddenly a greenish gas starts billowing forth. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, the trap that we discovered earlier.
No.
Yes!
No.
Thank you for reminding me about the fucking gas-breathing dwarf.
This is not that trap, actually.
Oh, the one we found was fire, wasn't it?
Yes, that was right at the beginning. This is the other. This is new.
Yeah, you know.
Brasnic was here.
Okay.
Wow.
Noblesse, but still critical.
Oh my gosh. Could you stop critting
Jesus
on everything I try and do to you? Okay. So that plate definitely depressed into the floor as this thing started spouting this green gas at you. So basically, you just start coughing, and you kind of start waving the gas around. You actually see Berderg come around the corner. She kind of like keeps her distance as she's looking around the corner. She's, what Ratul do? The trap, not go that way. This way, this way.
Didn't. No.
Ratul follow Berderg. She's just like shaking her head at you, like, what the fuck?
I swear to God, Ratul's a trap magnet.
You are. I love it. Thank you for being a trap magnet. So you see her come up this way, and as she's coming up, you see this goblin was kind of sitting up on this, kind of looking disinterested. As it looks over, you see her just kind of shake her hand, and push it, push it, push it. And you see it just kind of goes running off down this way. And you see it run up on this other pile a distance away as Berder keeps making her way through here. And as she's doing so, you finally start seeing ahead of you. You see Yarrick standing around this well that you had passed earlier. And he seems to be standing there with one of his hobgoblin lieutenants and the orc bullies that make up one of their squads. With a few of these goblins kind of sitting around on these buried crates and barrels. And they seem to be talking, and as you come up with Berderg, you see Yarick kind of stops talking, and he looks over towards you. And you see these other assembled monsters kind of looking at you as you walk up.
Hail, Yorick.
Great Ratul. Have order.
Yes. Yorick. I intend to go back down through the Glitterhaim to fight the Night Queen.
No go down tunnel. Only death.
Maybe so, but more glory in the act.
Orc find glory outside. Many human village.
Humans too easy.
Huh. Great Ratul not wrong. But human very tasty. You see,
But
he's kind of like looking at you like, I know you stole my snack.
I just give him a bit of a raised brow as I slightly stand a little bit taller, just to give a little bit more surface space of my gigantic pectorals in his face.
Okay.
Tasty, but also good to expand the tribe.
Night Queen, protect us.
Night Queen keep us here, stocked in a tiny little stronghold.
Plenty room for orc. Plenty room for hobgoblin. Maybe not goblin. Ha ha ha.
We do not stay in one place for long. You, as Wolf Tribe, know this better than anyone else.
Yarrick no. Yarrick miss forest. But great battle. Kill many dwarf. Dwarf not come no more. Now only orc.
I heard from Burdirk. Mountain Cat Tribe. Gone.
Coward. We hunt mountain cat now.
They are as cowardly as their namesake. Wolf and bear know better.
Wolf strong. Bear.
Bear. What does bear mean to you, Yarrick?
No tribe. Just Ratur.
Not just me. My brother still is down below. He is bear as well.
Joka no mind. Joka strong. Kill. But no mind.
Ratul strong as well. Ratul brought Ulf down to floor. What does that say for bear?
You see, he kind of smiles at this. Yarrick like. Good show.
Though, with this, Ratul's face becomes serious.
I intend to go back down to hunt Night Queen and take her heart. Recover my brother. Yarrick, as leading chief to Wolf under me, I ask for your aid. I ask for your pack.
And you do notice that some of these arcs around this well, a couple of them do have the wolf tribe markings, but you notice that the third one has some markings from like a smaller tribe. And he kind of gestures to the one. He says, Night Queen. Make no tribes. Kind of looks over to the hobgoblin, who kind of stands up straighter. Call army. Say unit. Words. Yarrick just smash.
If Yarrick as strong as father was, Yarrick will be great aid for me. Think, Yarrick. Your pack will not hunt weak human. Not just tasty snack. Your pack will hunt.
And I switch towards the orcish word for this.
Duragar.
See his eyes open up wide a little bit.
Duragar harder than humans, tougher than dwarfs of the deep. Much glorious battle than human, no?
Very strong. Berderg say, and he kind of looks over at Berderg, and she's been pretty kind of silent and letting this conversation happen up till now, realizing that she could just as easily fuck it up as help. He kind of looks at her and says, Berderg say, many more below Dorgar. Grey-faced, tricksy dwarf. Yardic not like dwarf. He kind of like, looks over at Berderg for a second. What Berderg say?
I turn to look at Berderg.
She kind of, looks at you for a second, and I feel like I've been merging my Berderg and Yorick voices a little bit.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't been very consistent on my Gok voice for this session.
She just says, yes. Berderg agree. Helped Great Ratul.
I give a nod towards Berderg before turning my attention back to Yorick.
Yark fight with me. Yark fight like orcs once did. As Wolf Tribe once did. As a pack.
Grumsh would like great feast. Dedicate dragon to Grumsh. And Yarek will be remembered.
Go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, Ratul was going to put a hand up and then clap it onto his shoulder.
I remember you. Your name will go down as part of Grumish's as part of the legend.
Yarek agree. For Grumsh. For Orc. Make pack strong. Then Ratul go. Let Yarek lead. You see him stand up real straight. He's looking you right in the eye.
I acknowledge you, Yarick. Show me your skill with Wolf Fang. Seep Doragar blood across it. Feed it. Show me your right to be chief.
Okay. You see him kind of looking around at his unit here. And the goblins just kind of seem to be like, you know, mostly confused about what's happening. You see the orcs kind of just looking at him intently, but you see as he looks over to the hobgoblin, you just see just very slowly the hobgoblin nods to Yarrick. And Yarrick turns back to you. Unit stand with Yarrick. Yarrick follow Ratul. Kill dragon. Kill Night Queen.
Yarick and unit and pack will not go unrewarded. All kills will be yours. Treasures you find will be split. The heart of the Night Queen will be mine, but you are welcome to feast.
Yarick take heart. No, sorry. Ratul take heart. Yarick take mountain. Mountain stay orc home. No dwarf, no dragon.
You do not wish to return to the forests.
Too many come. Great army. Yarick will destroy all around mountain. Great victory for Grunch.
Andruga, Yarick.
We have deal.
We have deal.
He holds his hand out to you for the warrior's arm shake, clasping elbows as he kind of like pulls you forward a little bit as your arms kind of lock together. Yarick hold Ratul to ward, Winova.
Ratul will hold his word. But for now, until we finish this, I'll be glad to call you my brother.
As along with holding the warrior's arm shake, I place a hand onto his opposite shoulder.
Ratul talk fancy. Ha. Yarick like.
And Ratul respects Yarick's strength.
And giving one final squeeze before I break the warrior's handshake.
Okay. You see him kind of like turn to his unit, and he kind of snaps his fingers, and you see the hobgoblin immediately start giving orders, and you see all the goblins kind of jump up, start digging through all the piles, and start collecting gear together.
Bring your strongest. Bring your best. This will be a hunt to remember.
Yarick bring unit. Others. He seems to pretty much not want to try to get others involved in this.
If allow the word to spread, all who wish to earn glory in Grumesh's name join us upon this. If they choose not to come, then they will fail in his eyes.
Many orc fear Night Queen. Many orc fear troglodyte.
Many orc feared your father, and we felled him. Many orc fear troglodyte, and we felled them. It will be no different with the Night Queen.
You do see Berter kind of hesitantly like stepping over, like with her hand up, like she's got a point to make.
I look to Berter and give her a nod.
If push orc to go down, many go out instead.
That is their choice. We fight for the glory of Grumesh, for our names to become legend. If their choice is to live, they may be wiser, but they lose that glory.
Better try.
Make it so.
As I turn around and head back.
We will leave in few hours' time. Preparations will be made.
Okay. We're gonna head back to the king's chamber, as it were.
Yep, and if the group inside wants to be doing some talking before I get there, we can go ahead and do the split back.
Yeah, we were talking about trying how to get the girls out.
It's true. Did not mean to cut you guys off.
It's fine.
But suddenly a trap was stepped on, and my GM need to resolve said trap took over.
Dang.
Oh, look, it's a trap. It's kind of like one of those shiny squirrel things, you know? Oh, they stepped right in it. Yay!
I mean, that was basically it. I just was convincing Yin Yang that we could get them out, or just claim that they escaped when we took them out, like we were going around a different route.
Okay.
I don't know. But I was trying to, like, just getting them out in general. You can made under the impression that the direction that we were going was to exit.
Your voice sounded like a robot voice. I didn't catch anything.
That's true.
Is that better?
It
Yeah,
is
that's
a little
better.
bit better there. Let's go ahead and take a quick 2-minute break here, and then we will get started onto the next portion here. So I think we're pretty well decided that we are going to try and gather up some orcs and other assorted monsters and make our way back down into the Glitterhame.
Yeah.
Oh, we are going that way. Okay.
And taking these 2 human females in tow.
Can't somebody disguise them?
Or are you leaving them here? What is the plan with these 2 ladies here?
Oh, Ratul ultimately has control of them for the time being while we're here, so we have to wait till he gets here to try to let him know what we intend to do.
I'm
Okay.
suggesting that we take them with us.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, let's discuss that over the next couple of minutes. I will be right back.
Be right back too.
Okay, so if we're going to take them with us, how are we going to sneak them out when there's going to be the entire host unit of Yark's group with us?
We do
Well-
a scouting. Well, we split off from the main group, some of us, and then we say they escaped.
Well, I was also under the impression that can't some of us disguise other people?
I do not know that spell. Only Brasnic knows that.
Ah.
And disguise self is only a range of self, is it touch?
Hello?
I'm here. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to think.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
get them out by that method, and we don't have any invisibility. We have tricks and lies.
Yeah. Don't know how we're gonna do this either, honestly.
I know. I think my plans works pretty well. We just split the group into 2. And we say that there's a scouting group, and like Brasnic, you, and it's got to be one of our party members, maybe me. But I think I might want to be, because I got that token, so we might want to or maybe if I have the token, and then you, Yin Yang, and then Brasnic, and we'll keep them safe, quote unquote, by using like an alternate route. And then we say they
It's not-
escaped.
It's not just us though. We got a whole nother company of people, things coming now. Orcs. And Yarick himself.
I'm saying we split off from the main group. Like we say we have that we claim that there's something when we came through that we had to go check up on, and we wanted to bring, and yeah, I don't know. The idea is we'd break off from the main group and then say, wow, we were broken off. They escaped.
The problem in that lies Ratul's concubines, if they're with him, I believe the orc would find weird if they tried to leave with a different group that didn't have Ratul in it.
Okay, I guess I could claim we all need to go pee and we're gonna go to the bathroom and they needed privacy and I'll guard them and I can say they escaped.
I mean, that could work, but also don't forget that outside of the mountain, there are some small sort of unit groups that are patrolling around. Well, they accidentally find the girls, and yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be a better way to do this instead of like, okay, just go fend for yourselves. You're out of the mountain. So, there's probably a way to do it.
I mean, currently there's one of two ways we can do this. We can either just take them to the exit and hope to God that they can find their way back to their village and avoid all the wild beasts and patrols. Or we leave them here, we take Yark's group down into the mountain, hope Yark dies, and then we return and just escort them out with a much lesser orc force with us.
Well, all the orcs and goblins are still around. It's just there's no other like tribes, I guess. But there's a whole bunch of orcs, unless all of those were the wolf, as we're finding out that some of the other tribes are gone or wiped.
Well, by the sounds of it, Mountain Cat has actually left the mountain itself, so...
And that's what I guess the majority of the orcs were that were there. Because I remember there was like 30, 40 some odd orcs surrounding us.
I know a good portion of them were wolf, since Ulf was the leader of the wolf. Mountain Cat was probably the next biggest, and Bear is pretty much only Ratul now.
I believe what he said was the Mountain Cat were out hunting, not that they were like gone.
What was the whole conversation about cowards or whatnot? Because I remember he said he hunt wildcat now or something like that.
Yeah, so it sounds like they actually left, not they left to go hunting, they actually left to go get milk from the corner store and never came back.
Thanks, Dad.
What did I come into?
I don't. No. Well, I mean, we're just discussing that.
So, yeah, it seems like probably at least this is my idea, is for us to leave the girls here, and once we're done with the Dragon Queen, my brother, and all of Glitterheim, and the lower Duragar stronghold, when we come back, probably Yark will let us go ahead and take our shit and get out.
How do we know Yark's not going to betray you?
That's if Yark lives.
Yeah, but Yark respects Ratul's strength, and as far as I can tell, he's stupid, but he's simple, so he will at least hold to his word.
And you do not incite him, so that is your personal opinion. The DM could be hiding it from us.
I mean, we could also sway the odds in our favor. Just putting it out there.
I mean, if he dies, but otherwise, let's not try to purposely kill him.
Dies.
If.
Wait a minute, who's dying?
Nothing!
Nothing. Still playing by the party that GM does not need to know about.
What are you talking about?
We are on record, so you can just look it up.
I mean...
I know, that's why we're just teasing.
I'm sure I'll
we're
watch
talking
the
about
video
how...
at least 3 or 4 times.
Well, you go find out then. No, we're just talking about how we're gonna deal with the dragon and what we're gonna do with the girls and how we're gonna get them out, and then if Yark dies during the dragon fight, that kind of stuff.
Indeed. Well, my daughter was promised a chocolate cream pie, and what could a dad do but eventually delivers. Sorry about that. Of course, I had to grab some chocolate cream pie for myself while I was at it. So.
Of course.
Clearly. So, the Red Tool, the Red Earth, as you re-enter the room, You guys do have a quick discussion, I am presuming, about what to do about these two ladies. What did you guys decide?
We're still trying to decide that. We don't know if we want to try to take them with us, or and sneak them out, or leave them here and then get them out later.
Yeah, we're currently split on either taking them with us down below and then having them split off and then sending them out the backside of the mountain to try to sneak back to the village, or to leave them here for now, go down, deal with all the dragon stuff, and then when we come back and Yark decides to kick us out, hoping he will let us go ahead and grab all our shit, including the concubines and the two women, and then leave.
Well, Gok would remember that there also is a front door.
Yeah. I mean,
That you guys are actually not too far away from. Could make your way through this upper complex and take them out the front door. Send them on their way, hopefully to make it on their own if, you know, if they are so lucky. But that's
Yeah,
that's an option as well.
that's the thing we're trying to deal with is if we send them through the back door or the front door, there's a luck part of either running into wild beasts or the still patrolling orc parties are outside the mountain that might not have gotten news, think that they're trying to escape, and then try to kill / eat / make more orc babies with them.
All those things. So, what do you guys think? Front door?
That sounds dangerous too. I didn't think about that part.
I'm
Yeah.
leaning towards back door, but we can. I would be okay with leaving them. I mean, I don't have an attachment to.
Ratul is probably going to say to leave them here because, as dangerous it is, this is also the safest place considering what they are to him and his position. He'll probably leave an order, however, to make sure that the women get fed and are treated properly while keeping them within this room until we get back.
Well, we need to explain that to them too, so they know what's going on.
And I mean, you are talking about orcs and goblins and hobgoblins.
yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
I was thinking about that too. I was just like, even if we did leave them here, how do we know that they're gonna listen once you're gone? They have no guarantee knowing you're coming back, knowing what you're going to.
Look, it's a dangerous situation either way. This is probably the best bet.
I mean,
What if we
I
took
could
them to the
stay back
dragon?
and watch everything. You know.
No.
What if we took them to the dragon and had them help us fight?
That is a terrible idea.
That's perfect. We use
Is it
them as
though?
bait.
Yeah, we
Or
could
they-
use them as bait. You know, dragons love maidens.
Do you say that out loud?
We are in the room with them, guys.
No, I'm not saying that. That was just like a out of character like joke. But
I mean, I'm pretty sure Gok would say that in character, so you can quote him as saying that.
That you're gonna
Alright.
you want to use them as bait?
Absolutely not.
Definitely not.
Oh, that's terrible.
I
All
mean,
right, I'm just going to
hypothetically,
go.
it could work. This is a hypothetically it could work, but I feel like it'd be wasteful almost. But
Well, how about this? I always also stop talking about them like here. Let's
Yeah,
ask
no.
them. Girls,
Yeah,
how do
Ratul
you
is-
what do you think? Do you think if we got you out, could you make it back on your own? Or do you feel more comfortable staying here? Unfortunately, these are the two options laid out in front of us. We either get you out the door and you somehow make it back on your own, or you have to wait here. Those are our only options because we have to go down below, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to do that either.
If I remember right, our village is west of the mountain.
Is the front door the west entrance?
Yes, front door is west entrance.
Do you think you could make it back on your own? Now, obviously, keep in mind that if we do this, you're now putting your fate in your own hands. We won't be there to protect you once you leave.
I just want to be free of this place. I'm sure I could protect us if, you know, I'm sure we could make it home. They're bound to be out looking for us. It's been a week.
You need to let me make this straight. When you leave the front doors, you will need to travel on your own. You will need to bypass any creatures of the woods and any of the orc, hobgoblin, and goblin groups that roam around. Do you think in trueness that you have the skills to evade them and stay out of their sight.
Oh, I feel like desperation alone will get us home.
Desperation will only get you so far.
Well,
I'm
look,
asking you
right.
with your skills.
That's what they want to do, Rutul. I mean, we've laid out the options before them. It's the choice they've made. If they want to be let free and run free, they are their own people.
Alright, I'm just going to have to do this. Jim, could I insight them to basically check their sort of bodily stature to see if they seem like they would be healthy or physically fit enough to actually try to, if it comes to it, evade and outrun a group of orcs?
I mean, even without the roll, I think you would be able to glean that. I mean, these are probably, pretty common, village ladies, so they definitely, could be, sneaky enough in the right situations. They could try and, definitely run. But, you're talking about a trained orc pack that goes out hunting every day and chasing down all sorts of uh, beasts and humanoids and other sorts of things. So, you know, chances are most common villagers, whether they be male or female, are not going to be able to outrun an orc pack.
Red Tool just gives a sigh as he looks over them and just looks to Yin Yang with. I suppose the closest thing would be just a look of just knowing.
I'm kind of gonna give the look back, but I mean, like I said, they're not our slaves. We've freed them with the option of getting them out of here. We've laid them out. They're only available options, and this is the choice they've decided to make. The only thing we can do is harm them and send them on their way, because unfortunately we still have things to do. I don't like it either, but if this is truly what you wish to do, we'll send you on your way, but know your fate's in your own hands at that point. And you are in a dangerous place.
Well, surely you don't want to stay in a place full of orcs and goblins, do you? Would the three of you come with us? She's kind of looking at Grybek and Mara and Yin Yang.
We have important matters to attend to. The whole region could be in danger if we don't complete our mission.
I feel like I should warn my village. Perhaps we could have someone sent further west. We should give warning to everyone around.
That might be smart.
Granted, you make it back.
Well, now that we have a mission, I believe we will. Our family needs us to do this.
I'm pretty sure there are some daggers or some bows or something, so at least they're armed.
Yeah, we should have some extra weapons to give them.
Red Tool reaches up around his neck and pulls off a cord.
Okay.
And he holds up what looks to be a threaded bear claw.
Take this.
She kind of looks hesitantly at you. Kind of slowly reaching out towards it, but doesn't quite take it yet. What is this?
This is a trophy of a bear I hunted. My tribe is the bear tribe. Show this to any orc that may cross you, and with their knowledge of who I am, they won't harm you, unless they risk my wrath.
She kind of nods and takes it from you. kind of holds it and says, a small comfort then.
Alright then, we get them out the front door before Yara gets here.
I stand up and I go ahead and pull on my bear cloak.
Okay. Off we go.
Move quickly.
Okay, what's the marching order gonna be?
Me at the front.
Are we all going, or is it just Ratul and... Is it just Ratul?
Oh, we're all going.
Man, I wanted to see what I had right now. Nah.
Maybe Gok and
I
I want... Gok, do you want to stay back with me? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, maybe on second thought, I probably should go with the rest of everybody right now.
I think we should go too.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I don't know. I guess Gok will go last.
I'll follow Ratul and keep the two girls between me and him.
Okay.
I'll hang back and I'll hang back next to Gok.
Go ahead and start heading out the door. Getting yourselves in your order. So you want the girls behind Red Tool?
Yeah, in between me and Ratul.
And I'll stay in the back.
Yeah, the three of us are gonna round out the back.
Well, Gok knows the way out. We need him up front.
Assume Ratul also knows the way out.
Red Tool would have spent most of his time outside.
Oh, so Gok, you gotta be in front, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the raider. I was not the house goblin.
Yeah, we need you to lead the way to the front door.
The administrative official, right here. Okay. Yeah.
Make yourself useful as the head goblin.
Oh man, I haven't even taken stock of everything yet. Now we're already going. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No.
What?
Alright, head goblin, where do we go?
This way.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. Just forgot for a moment. Okay, yeah, we just go over here. Come on.
As you pass by this pile of refuse and items, you see this goblin perched up on top of this stuff. He seems to be just kind of disinterestedly watching as you guys go by. So,
Yeah, get a good look, buddy. This is your new head goblin right here, okay? I'll be back later to get my dues. Okay.
It kind of narrow its eyes. You're going this way.
Yeah.
Kind of narrows its eyes at the armor as it kind of floats past. You notice that this armor stays right next to you at all times.
Well, of course, because he's great. He is called the Rock Defender for a reason. Because I'm his rock. Eh.
It's true.
Aw.
Yeah.
The guy.
Anyway, okay. Probably should start moving again. Okay.
Very excited about being a rock.
Yeah.
Oh, the fan fiction between Gok and his armor.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I think...
Let's see.
I'm assuming it's not where we just killed that guy, so probably. Everybody this way.
So as you come out into here, Red Tool, you recognize this as being... Okay, stop there, Gok. As being the place where the prisoners had been kept. And as you guys come out here, you hear the girls kind of like, oh, you know, reacting to seeing that prison again. You do take note of some of these orcs. Over here, these goblins, of course, are up on top of these piles. One seems to be kind of curled up in a pile of blankets over here. And it looks like some of these orcs are still kind of filing in to get their food as a part of this feast, kind of the tail end of it. And you see them kind of looking over, and as this armor kind of clanks through, you see them like start scowling a little bit. But then as these two humans step into view, you see them definitely looking more interested and aggressive in the situation.
Just a side flight and growl.
Mm-hmm.
We're going for a walk.
In orc.
Okay. You see these goblins kind of growling at you. Not necessarily understanding the orcish, but you see one of these bigger bully orcs kind of step forward, and you just kind of... When you understand him, Ratul basically just said something along the lines of let them pass. But you do see that he seems to be kind of eyeing you as you're going by.
I just give him a slight nod as I turn my head to the girls and whisper as quiet as I can, but for them to hear.
Move.
Okay. So at this, let's roll. Some of these. Because... that hobgoblin is just really all about his meal right now.
You want some Ulf?
He really wants that Ulf burger. These goblins, they're just dumb. But we have an orc.
I think not.
We don't have an orc. So these guys are definitely after this orc's command to kind of, let you guys pass. They seem to kind of be going back to, waiting for their turn at the feast.
Everyone wants a piece of Ulf,
yeah.
literally.
You do see as they're walking. The one that's been kind of sobbing up until now, Karana, she just kind of whispers almost too loudly, "I can't wait to be free of you."
As soon as I begin to hear her begin to utter that phrase, I just sort of give a very loud grunt to try to muffle her words.
Roll deception. Gok, are you gonna keep moving on?
I mean, yeah, we'll keep moving over here.
Ah!
Okay. The DC was 12, so you did it. See this armor kind of floating up behind you as you get to this door. So, you're gonna open it up?
Yep, I'm gonna open up this door over here.
Alright. So, the door opens up, and you see this chamber before you.
Ha.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
Move! The great elf wishes to pass this bridge.
Okay.
Move.
Roll a deception check.
What? But I'm not deceiving him. He's right behind me. Oh.
Wrong title!
Oh my god. Okay. Since a great Ratul wants to pass.
You should
Okay.
have. The great door opens into a large
Okay, where's
hall.
deception here?
A narrow
Okay.
ledge overlooks a deep, dark crevasse that cuts the room in two. A dangerous-looking rope bridge, frayed and thin, spans the gap. Water gurgles and rushes somewhere far below. 2 copper braziers burn brightly on either side of the door, on the far side of this chamber, and it illuminating the western half of the room. You can see before you are two orcs standing guard at one end of this bridge, and at the other end you see what looks to be a goblin, and seems to be doing some sort of repair. Well, I guess you don't know what he's doing down there. Seems to be working on something down at the end of the bridge there.
Okay. I rolled a 10 on the deception roll.
Okay. So you step through the doorway, and the great elf is coming through. And as Ratul steps through, and then, of course, behind him comes your armor, and then these two humans. You see these orcs looking at you like very confused, and then as soon as they see the humans, you see them both kind of like grabbing for their weapons and start growling.
Move aside. I'm taking them for a walk.
In Orcish.
Roll intimidation or deception.
I will take a intimidation.
Okay.
I wish I rolled higher for intimidation.
It's nearly as good as my roll right there.
So we are going to be rolling insight checks. That's going to be wisdom.
Hopefully Mara can see through the door.
I cannot see through the door.
Well, there was that. Okay. You see both of these orcs definitely looking at you extremely suspiciously. And but you see at the other end of this rope bridge, this goblin boss starts yelling out commands and tells them to move out of the way. You see one take a step to the side, and the other one takes a step to the side as well.
Ratul just gives both of them a sidelong glance as he starts across the bridge.
Okay. Anyone gonna follow? Hold on a second.
I'll do it. I need to kind of be in front,
I'm behind the girls, so.
Okay. All right. So
I'm gonna hold back for a little bit.
Okay.
It looks like a very large bridge with a lot of weight on it.
there is a lot of weight on this bridge. And you can see that it does seem to be safe structurally, despite its appearance, but it is definitely very wobbly and rickety. It is definitely difficult enough to require a DC 10 dexterity check. So everybody that's out on that bridge, go ahead and roll that.
Dex check or dex save?
Dexterity check. And that is also going to be Corona.
Thank God I'm not on there.
And that armor
Right.
as well.
Oof.
Okay.
Into the void she goes.
Okay. So as soon as she steps onto it, it starts kind of like swaying underneath her, and you see her instantly just like, oh Yandala, and you see her just like kind of clutching onto that post that's right there, and she just starts shaking her head, like refusing to even want to keep moving forward.
Does the goblin boss move out of the way, or do I have to give him the good old boot?
Gok made his roll as well.
Oh, I didn't. Okay. Hang on, let me do that right now. Okay.
DC 10.
DC 10. And it is going to be every 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's going to be 3 checks. Ratul, I'll need a second one from you, and then Gok, I'll need a second one from you as well.
Okay. Oh no.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see if Corona had that. What's going on here? Why didn't it do? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Am I cutting out?
No, you're good.
No, we can hear you.
I was having some kind of an internet issue for a second there. Okay. So, Ratul, you were good on your second check as well. Doc, on your second check where you are now, you definitely, it just kind of started swaying once the other people started getting onto the bridge. It started swaying in a different way, and you definitely kind of like fall down, not completely prone, but you are kind of holding on to one side of the bridge onto the rope itself.
Okay. Probably would stop there a little bit.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So as you approach this this boss goblin, do you say anything to it?
Move.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and roll that intimidation.
Roll that what?
Intimidation.
Still 11.
Okay. So he actually starts yelling very loudly. And he does turn and kind of run out of the way. But as he does so, you see suddenly a bunch of these monsters run into this room and start filing to either side of the door.
What's happening? I can't see. I nearly fell a little bit. Is everything okay up there, big guy?
Why do you block my path?
Okay. You see the goblin boss here, he just kind of stops and he's looking, he's just kind of like hiding from around this post. And he says, Can we try to not take prizes?
What?
And as you kind of react in anger, you hear him suddenly yell out, "Now!"
Oh, son of a bitch, they're going to try to cut the bridge, aren't they?
And you suddenly see this bugbear who had disappeared before steps out with a huge sword and immediately attacks this part of the rope bridge right here.
Is it on the side that we're on? I can't see. My computer restarted itself.
Yeah, it's on your guys' side, right above Grybek.
If I saw him draw a weapon and go after the bridge, I would have acted.
It's too late. Not enough time. And as he
Well,
hits,
I couldn't even see him do it because, like I said, my computer shut down. That's the reason I brought it up, but okay.
Well,
Okay.
no. We would have had to prepare an action if they attacked. Like, this is like, yeah.
Okay. So he hits this support of the rope, and you see it immediately fray and snap, and the bridge just swings to the side with this crazy, abrupt movement. Need everyone on the bridge to roll another dexterity check at a DC 15.
Oh, no.
I'm prone.
Okay.
Oh, God. Yeah, jeez.
Okay. This may be our first loss in this campaign. Let's see.
Crossboids.
Dang it. Just became head goblin, then I'd die. It'll suck.
Oh no. Oh gosh. Okay.
The front door was a bad idea.
So,
It
as
was.
this bridge wildly swings, you automatically you see Jaredil fly into the chasm, and just a moment later you see Karana toppling right behind her as their voices fade as they disappear into the blackness, quickly followed by this armor as it topples over the edge, and also followed by one Gok Sour Gut as your resident goblin, screaming, topples into the darkness.
Wait, hold on a moment. Before I topple as well, I just want to ask, does my dangerous heads come into any effect here?
You made it by one, sir. Dexterity
Oh,
11 was just enough. You are able to grab onto the rope of this bridge as it is wildly swinging across this chasm with one hand as you're dangling above this darkness.
No.
Dang. Oh man, am I just dead?
We will come back to you, sir.
Okay.
So,
Well, I guess that's initiative, probably.
that is going to be that moment. Everybody go ahead and grab your tokens and roll that initiative.
I'll need you to roll it for my character at the moment. I'm still getting back into my computer.
Okay.
Gotta love my nat 20. That's a -1.
I don't even see where I am, so I can't even roll initiative. But,
No,
you know,
you don't need to.
get back to me. Oh, okay, there we go.
Oh, you might have some intervention.
Well, I mean, you just fell into like a 200-foot hole, so.
Oh, that's 200 foot is max fall damage.
Yeah.
There might be some intervention. You don't know. Maybe he also knows Featherfall and he's been lying to us. Or maybe someone grants him
mean-
Featherfall.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for the record, I really wanted you guys to go this way.
I don't know, maybe I could just do the Mary Poppins thing and just kind of float down with my parasol that I've had the whole time.
Maybe your shadow can lighten the fall.
Use the armor as a parachute.
These are all amazing suggestions that I think I should be taking right now.
You guys are so helpful. Alright, I think I got everything accurate now. Why do I have 2 goblin bosses on there? What was the first one?
You gotta love the -1 initiative is going first.
It's true. So, Grybek, you suddenly see this happen before you. You see your goblin friend tumble into the darkness, along with the suit of armor that's been following him around, as well as these 2 humans. You see Ratul hanging from one of these ropes by one hand, dangling over the darkness himself.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna step forward 1 step. And then I'm gonna smash that bugbear who just killed. I don't really want to call Gok a friend.
You gonna push him off or smash?
The bugbear's not on the ledge. The orc is.
Gotcha.
And my luck, with my bad dex, I'd go over with him.
Oh yeah, that's pretty smart.
Roll that out one, bud. Let's do this.
Oh shit.
And this is on the bugbear?
Yeah.
Let's see. That is not going to be enough to hit, sir. As you swing out towards him, you see him kind of duck behind this pillar just a little bit as your warhammer smashes off of the rock, sending shards of it in all directions.
Alright, I'm just gonna hold my ground so they can't advance.
Okay. This is where it's going to get real, my friends. And that means it's time for combat music. And just for this occasion, I have uploaded new combat music that I wish to unveil for the first time, and I'm very excited because it's about to get fucking epic in this match.
Oh no.
It's about to get way motherfucking epic in this match.
That's not the music you hear, Gok.
I mean, but the player can hear how amazing this music is, and how he feels jealous that he's not there, right?
Yes. And anyone who might remember, this is the music that's playing when Conan invades the Snake Temple for his revenge.
Oh, there's gonna be a whole lot of vengeance, a whole lot of fucking goblin boss go over the edge.
Okay, let's do this. I am ready. Okay. I'm so excited you guys went this way.
Not.
You're not?
I suggested other thing.
Yeah. You guys might want to follow Gok, I'm just saying. So, Grybek, is that going to be the end of your turn?
Oh, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. I'm so excited about this music, you have no idea. I actually just went and saw this ballet with my girlfriend, and it was really awesome. I was really drunk, and this fucking ballet was badass with this music. Super cool.
They did a Conan ballet.
No. This song is from an actual ballet, from some European poems that were put to music and dance, and it's actually really intense, and it's really just visually stunning. It's just really cool. But this music is fantastic, so I wanted to bring it in the game for battle purposes.
I want to teach ballet to make my own Conan.
Yes. Just to develop the Conan ballet. Alright, this bugbear did not like you swinging at it, and it is going to retaliate against you, so
That's a myth.
as it clangs off of your shield, kind of growls at you. and kind of gestures forward with its morning star, encouraging the orc to attack. This orc is also going to attack him with its great axe. Clearly missing. But this other orc is going to step forward and swing at Yin Yang. I'm assuming a 24 is going to hit you, sir.
Yeah.
Are you back in?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, so you do take 8 points of slashing damage as this orc comes around this rock that you're standing next to. And it just swings right at you. It kind of just cuts you right across your chest as the rest of the blade kind of clangs into the stone. See it yank the axe back. And like it's going to ready for another attack. But not this round. Let's see. You see these other orcs over here, Ratul, run forward. And with their great axes, you see them also taking swing at this bridge. And as they do so, you see this one on the right looks right at you. And it says, "Ratul, not orc," as he swings.
Oh, come on!
The one up here misses, but the one here cleanly cuts through. And as he's cutting through, the weight of his swing actually severs a bunch of these floorboards here. Let's do a 1d20 with a DC of 10. If it's less than 10, then the bridge is going to snap and turn. Cool. Okay, so barely. And it's holding on by this one and this one. So the angle of this bridge is actually pretty much, the bridge itself, the support beams are pretty much going to be vertical. And it's kind of just like a thin length of rope that you're kind of holding on to at this point.
Oh boy.
I think with that adjustment to the bridge, though, I'm going to have to ask you to roll another dexterity check. Actually, you know what? This time I'll go ahead and give you athletics, because you're holding on by sheer strength right now.
Oh god, no, 9!
As this bridge shakes and shudders, you feel your great strength. You feel your fingers, the pain. This rope is tightly wrapped around your fingers as you feel them slipping through. As you desperately try and clutch on, finally, your fingers let go as you plummet into darkness. And the rest of you see the great Ratul plummeting into the depths of this chasm.
Well,
Shit.
our party is less monstrous?
Yin Yang.
Gosh.
Yin Yang. What the fuck is going on here?
Oh no. Well, you know, the dice are making their own story, as you once said. My good sir. There you go.
It's true.
Yin Yang made a dash out the door, her look like.
No, I'm thinking about something, that's all. I'm having to read some abilities, we just hit crunch time, so.
And you know what the scary part is the people that are left up here in this orc-infested citadel is the dwarf and the human and the elf.
And Brasnic having snacked someone.
Just gonna be like, hey guys, what I missed? Oh, what the hell?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here.
So technically can't be a TPK tonight.
No. Just a mostly TPK.
God, we didn't even get. We're barely on the second mission.
I mean, we did say from the
I don't
very
know what I
beginning,
need to-
it's a very small chance that these characters are going to make it all the way through these
What?
5 to 7 adventures, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But definitely falling into a yawning chasm of insta-death is not awesome. So.
Yeah, that's why you never cross bridges.
So that was incident.
No, it wasn't insta-death, guys. It's
Oh,
I just posted a message and it doesn't. So
Well, you
Yin
don't
Yang.
know for sure what happened.
we don't know. No, please.
Because up here we just saw our friends fall into a endless chasm.
Yes. You do hear water rushing below.
Question: if I were to get, with the way I know how my pushback attack works, if it were to work, if I were to get behind this guy right here and hit him with the momentum to send him flying backwards, would he hit this guy and take him with him?
If you roll high enough, something like that could happen.
I don't know what to do. Freaking! I just saw 2 of my friends die. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you are now surrounded by enemies, literally on all sides.
Well, just one direction. We don't know behind us.
I mean, you just passed by a bunch of them. On the other side of those doors you're standing next to.
These ropes here, like you said, it's tied from here to here, so it's only pretty much like this side right here is pretty much dangling up in the air.
This side here has been cut, so this side is still holding it, and this side is still holding it. But this side has also been cut, so it's like diagonal supports have been cut.
I guess I would just do my best to take care of the guy in front of me at the moment. I'll go with him twice. Once with my staff, and then the other one with I'm trying to kick him in the nuts.
Okay.
Just because I'm mad at my friend died, I'm gonna make y'all suffer as much pain as I can before you drop.
That 20 is going to hit for sure. So 9 points of damage. I think that one will be a miss. So as you snap out with the bow staff, it just cracks it right in the side of the face. You see its head snap to the side, and then it kind of like shakes its head back and looks at you with a growl, but kind of respecting the trading blow for blow.
I'm kind of just gonna get in a stance, kind of dance on my feet, and then be like, I know they understand common. Bring it on, big boy.
You just... Is that the end of your turn?
I do believe so, yeah.
Alright. You just saw two
Just
of
so-
your party members fall into the depths.
Just so Yin Yang can hear us say, I'm sorry.
Wait, did
And
you
I
run
dash
away?
away.
Coward. I'll yell that. Coward!
Okay. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Suddenly, Grybek and Yin Yang stand alone. Why is this hobgoblin involved? This hobgoblin's not involved. But this goblin boss is, and standing here, you see it step there and step here, and then run over here. As it's doing so, you see it pulling out its weapon, and it too takes a scimitar attack at this bridge, finally cutting the last of it. As you see, it now dangles only on this side, not providing an escape at all at this point. You see it kind of sheath its scimitar and slowly pull out its short bow as it's looking over at the two of you. And just These goblins are gonna let loose with some short bows, my friends.
I can't see them at all with the light, so do I have cover from the pillar I'm behind?
Yeah, let's say you're gonna get quarter cover. Or, I guess half cover.
If any of those were going at me, they all missed.
So that
Same
would
here.
be, yeah, 2 and 2. So yeah, they're all gonna miss you. You do see this one goblin, Yin Yang, suddenly above you, holding out a short sword, I think, or a scimitar. You see it jump down off of this rock at you. Oof. As it lands down behind you and hits you for 8 points of slashing damage to your back.
Alright. Ow. You little shit.
And Grybek, you are in a situation, my friend.
So, if I have this right, one of our party members just fled like a coward. The rest of them are down a pit, assumed dead. And Mr. Yang's beaten to a pulp.
He has definitely been slashed at a couple times here, and he is bleeding from a couple of wounds. Brasnic is MIA. Mara definitely just turned and bolted at this sign of trouble here. And sadly, your monstrous allies have definitely tumbled into the depths.
And the bridge has fallen away, right?
Yes, it's hanging down on your side by one support, and it's the support you're standing next to. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's this one here.
Alright, Grybek's gonna tell Yin Yang to just run. And I'm gonna try to push these two off the edge with me.
Oh.
That leaves him only 2 people to have to fight if I succeed.
Okay. Not sure where he's gonna run to, but go ahead and roll.
Well, I hope he just chases after Mara. What would you like me to roll?
Let's do a grapple. Who are you gonna try and grapple? You're gonna try and grapple the bugbear and then shove him backwards into the orc?
I would love to be able to try to grab both of them, but I don't think it's possible, so I'll try to grab, I'll just do the orc.
Well, so that would be the difference there, is you can try and grapple the bugbear, and then they would get a contested strength check with advantage, or you can just try the orc and do the grapple and then a straight strength check against just him.
Let's see, I'm trying to think what would I would do for Yin Yang.
You could just grab Yin Yang and just dive for it.
I was gonna say, you said we heard water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's water? I missed that
Yeah,
part.
if I had heard Grybek, I'd say Grybek, jump for the water.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna. You want me to grab you and go over with you?
I mean, if you do, I'm not gonna fight you.
All right, I'm gonna try to.
I was gonna go over too. We're outnumbered. They have ranged weapons. Mara dipped on us. So
All right, I'm gonna grab
her.
Yin Yang
Let's
and
go.
try to dive off the edge. I'll take opportunity attacks if I have to.
Okay. Go ahead and let's do it this way. I'm gonna say you can just grab Yin Yang because he's willing. So go ahead and roll a strength check to be able to hoist him up enough to be and muscle past these guys.
I mean, he can just jump off the edge. The bridge has fallen, hasn't he?
Yeah, there is going to be this pillar right here, kind of making this difficult terrain, and then he'll have opportunity attacks from all three of these guys.
Do you want a strength or an athletics?
Athletics is fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Orc 1 misses.
Miss.
Orc 2 misses. This bugbear, however. Oh shit. I didn't even know, dude. I didn't even know. I was just saying. The dice just want to back me up sometimes. Alright, so as you're going past, you grab Yin Yang, and Yin Yang, you just kind of feel the strength of this dwarf as he kind of hefts you up, and he gets you over his shoulder, and you see him just barreling. And as you guys are kind of going over, you suddenly see this, as you're just reaching the edge, this bugbear lashes out with this morning star, and you see it collide with the side of Grybek's head, and you see blood just shower out and explode out from his head as his head just gets rocked and sent sideways. You see his eyes just instantly kind of roll into darkness as you guys start tumbling. He kind of lets go of you at this point, and you see him just kind of like head over heels, unconscious, tumbling down into the darkness.
Hey, knocked him out in one blow.
No, I have hit points left, but that was a massive.
As you guys fall, you guys do both kind of descend into darkness and unconsciousness.
I would reach out and try to grab onto him though, so at least we're together.
Okay, so as the last thing you kind of remember is reaching out for your friend as you fall. And that is where we are going to end it for tonight. What the hell just happened?
If I kill you, Yin Yang, I'm sorry.
Holy shit. We just had our whole party drop into a 200-foot chasm.
Not everyone.
Except for...
Yeah, Sticky
one-
Fingers and Miss Elf are now still loose inside the stronghold.
It's true. This is now going to be a very interesting situation.
As one point of contention, can I say this? Since Grybek's passed out, and I don't know how much it'll help, and I'm willing to spend the key points for it, but if I start hearing us get close to the bottom, I would launch my fist at the air in an attempt to try to slow our descent.
Yeah, it's just going to be one of those things where the whole party kind of just falls into darkness.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely stoked. I'm definitely curious to see how this goes from here. So that being said, we are going to draw to a close with the Fireside Tales this week. I'm definitely excited. I am super excited for next week already. I just want this week to go by so we can see what the F is going to happen now, because what the hell just happened? Holy shit. Anyway, if anyone was watching, I hope you had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time playing. I definitely have a great time running this game for you guys every week. So I'm looking forward to next week already. Anyway, I will definitely let everyone get off to whatever it is they would like to do for the rest of the evening. And you guys have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.